Hello, everyone, and welcome to FabCon TV. I'm your host, Patrick LeBlanc, and I'm here today with two data experts versed in not only data, but exam prep. And so before we get started, why don't each of you tell us who you are and what you do?
Okay, hi everyone. I am Stephanie Bruno, the Grand High Witch of Data Witches. So really that just means I'm an independent consultant for Fabric and Power BI. Kevin?
My name is Kevin Chan. I'm a lead technology advocate in the Netherlands, and apparently I've mastered feedback.
Oh, wow. Feedback. Okay. So both of you have been on a data journey for a long time. And just can you tell me a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, I come from an IT background, mainly in nonprofits for many, many years. And when Power BI first came out, it was really efficient and it really helped us save money and get more insights from data. From there, I decided I wanted to do more, so I jumped into independent consulting.
All right. Kevin, what about you?
Well, originally I started working with SQL, like a lot of people in our industry. Then started working with other data engineering services. And now I'm working with Fabric full time.
Awesome. So tell me about how certifications help you along the way, or if I'm new, how could certifications help me along the way? Stefan?
Yeah, for many reasons. First of all, obviously, it just gives you a little credibility, right? So if you can have that on your profile, people know that, okay, you know some things. But I think secondly, if you're not working with all of these features every day, it can be a forcing function to help you, experiment with some new features and kind of learn more.
All right. Okay. Kevin?
Yeah. But like Stephanie was saying, it helps formalize the knowledge, basically, fill out your blank spots. In addition to that as well, for a lot of the larger enterprises now, it's becoming a requirement to have these certifications before you start working on the products. So it can also help you there as well.
Okay. So I've done all the prep. I've followed some strategies. I've read Microsoft Learn. I've taken my prep test, and now it's the day of the exam. How do I prepare?
Well, if you haven't taken an exam before, it's really important to just put yourself in a space where you're really comfortable and you don't have other little things that might pop up and cause trouble and stress you out and throw you off your game. Yep. So if you're taking it at an exam center, that's a lot easier. You don't have to do any kind of setup.
So there's an option.
There's an option.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can either take it at a center, or if you don't have one in a convenient location for you, you can take it remotely.
At home?
You can take it at home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, indeed, indeed. But there is some prep required for taking it at home, and that's what can trip you up and make you kind of nervous the day of.
Okay.
So I know Kevin has some experience with some of those.
I got a routine that I've been doing ever since lockdown. So basically, I remove all the rest of my tech out of my office.
You got to remove everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can only have one monitor. You can only have your webcam. So what I tend to do is just take everything out and leave just my laptop there.
Yeah.
And then I cover everything else in the room because you can't have any text exposed. So I use sheets and green screens and cover it all up completely.
Wow.
And the desk has to be completely clear as well. So everything's moved out of the room effectively. It's just me, the desk, my laptop, and then ready to go. And when you go to do that, make sure you do it in plenty of time before your exam, because you should really look to sign in about 20 to 30 minutes before the exam's due to start, because there can be some glitches sometimes when you're trying to get in.
Yeah.
Not as much these days, but it's still a good thing to do, good practice.
And so how much time should I put aside for it? How long is the exam?
The exam, I think it depends, but for Fabric, I think it's about 2 hours, but you should give yourself a little extra to get everything ready. And in fact, they're going to give you instructions for testing your setup and all the things that you have to do. Normally, a lot of us would ignore those instructions until day of, right?
Yeah.
Okay, me. But I have been burned by it before. So now I highly recommend read all those instructions and do go through the setup test. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it the day of, and you might find you have an issue.
Yeah.
It might again, stress you out.
But if I have a testing center close to me, is it easier just to go to the testing center? Would you say to
I
take
would say, because
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about all that setup then.
Yeah.
You just
Okay.
go, they don't let you take anything in the room, take the test, and you're done.
And so when I went to university, right, we had a lot of open book exams. Is this exam closed book, Kevin?
Traditionally, exams were fully closed book, but now you have things like Microsoft Learn that you can use during the exam.
Yeah.
One piece of advice about that, make sure you know how to search for things very quickly
Yeah.
and don't rely on the learn stuff fully for the exam. I do recommend actually learning material.
Yeah.
I have one more thing to add.
Yeah,
I was
please
so
do.
excited I could use Learn. I thought this is great. I could search for what I need. No, there's no search engine. You don't get Bing or Google. So practice navigating through
Yeah.
Learn. And you also can't use Control F. So if there's a big long page, you can't find the keyword. So you can't really rely on it. You really just want to use it as like backup.
Yeah. So I've heard that there's case studies in these exams, and I heard those can be challenging. Do you have any advice on how you would tackle those case studies?
I was stressed out when I took it, and I didn't have this advice at the time, but someone else recommended to me, before you read through the whole case study and paragraph, go look at the questions, then come back, because then you're going to have a better idea of what to look for.
That's a good idea.
Exactly. And then you can target the parts of the case study that you want to go and check for the question.
So what score am I shooting for? A 700? Does that mean 70%? No.
We don't know what it means. So you can't really reverse engineer it. It's not like 70% of the questions, and you can't game it ahead of time. Like, all right, I'll get all the multiple choice right, and I can fail the case study.
Yeah.
We don't.
So do these questions have different values? The case study weighted? Oh, we don't know. We haven't.
don't know.
So
Maybe you know.
should I? Am I penalized if I get a question wrong? Like, does it send me down a different path, or we don't know?
No. Answer every question, right?
Answer every question.
Answer every question. Answer every question. That's what I was going for. All right. And so, if you had one thing, one tip, and I want both of you to answer this question, okay? If you had one tip that you can give someone, it's their first time taking an exam, right? What would that tip be? And be as detailed as possible on this. I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it. 1, 2. Okay, go.
Want me to go first? Yeah, sure. So in addition to using the recommended Microsoft Learn material for the exams, also look at resources provided by other members of the community as well.
Yeah.
There's quite a few experts who have shared a lot of their knowledge online for things relating to the exams. And that should put you in a good place to go and take the exams, basically.
Yeah, so like YouTube channels and other places out there, other resources, there's blogs and things like that that's out there.
Exactly.
All right, Stephanie?
I love that tip. And Kevin's too modest to shout himself out, but he is one of those resources. So look up his information, as well as a lot of the other people here, like Shabnam Watson. She even has a tracker.
Alexi. Yeah, he's sitting over there. He's like, yeah, me. Yeah, he's got a great YouTube channel. Yeah. So use all the resources.
You mean newly minted MVP, Alexi? He's now an MVP.
Oh, that's right. New MVP. That's right. All right. So anything else you want to add?
Yes.
Okay.
What you were saying about the 700, it's not like you can get an A+ and that's somehow better than if you got a 700.
Okay.
C's get degrees.
C's get degrees.
C's
If
get
you're trying to
degrees.
that
You just
700
got to
mark.
get that 700. That 700 is the same as 1,000.
All right. Okay. Any other tips and tricks for?
I mean, there's a ton, but
I'm sorry.
there are so many. But
There's so
what,
many.
what are
Give
you
us
going
one.
for?
Give us one, Stephanie.
Now you're putting me on the spot.
Okay. All right.
What about Copilot? If in doubt about something in the skills measured, put it in the Copilot. And it will bring back some results for you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Stephanie, so much for hanging out with us at FabCon EU with all the people. I hope you have a great rest of your conference. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
What a great conversation at the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference. Be sure to give this video a like and hit subscribe for more videos coming out of FabCon TV. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to register for the next FabCon, which will be in Atlanta in March 2026. Come join Patrick, myself, and all of the Microsoft folks. You can see a QR code on the screen right now. Scan that and use code FABATL to get $200 off of the registration. Thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.